You're sitting on the couch, finally unwinding, when suddenly the screen lights up. The vibration buzzes against the wood of your nightstand, and your body does something strange. You freeze. You stare at the caller ID, perfectly still, letting it ring out into complete silence. The second the ringing stops, you immediately type, "Hey, can't talk right now, what's up?" Why does a standard digital alert cause an actual biological stress response? Your heart rate spikes, your stomach drops. You react to a phone call from a friend as if there is a physical threat in the room. People often joke about this or quietly feel guilty about it. You might have been told you're being flaky, antisocial, or just too anxious. But that sudden tightness in your chest suggests something else is happening beneath the surface. This reaction has very little to do with the person calling you. It's a response to the sudden disruption of your inner quiet, a signal that your brain is trying to guard your territorial comfort against an unscripted psychological invasion. In the 1950s, sociologist Irving Goffman proposed that human interaction is inherently theatrical. To manage how the world perceives us, we all wear different social masks. Text messaging provides a convenient way to manage that mask. It functions as an asynchronous buffer, giving you a window of time to edit your words, adjust your tone, and carefully curate exactly what you want to present to others. A live phone call removes that buffer, taking away the backspace button. Suddenly, you are forced into an immediate, unscripted performance with nowhere to hide. This loss of narrative control triggers a deep fear of negative evaluation. The casual catch-up becomes a high-stakes vulnerability test. To pass that test, your brain has to perform a massive amount of invisible multitasking. The cognitive economics of a phone call are heavily taxing. While texts are predictable data streams, voice calls create erratic sine waves. Your brain works overtime decoding pitch shifts. This auditory influx pushes your nervous system out of the green stabilization zone and into a red overload threshold, breaching your window of tolerance. With what researchers call sensory processing sensitivity, your brain is highly attuned to environmental stimuli. It picks up on patterns and subtle tones that others miss, meaning you reach this point of mental exhaustion much faster than an average brain. That phone fatigue is a measurable biological processing saturation. When those signals reach the amygdala, the brain's fear center, it treats the social demand as a threat to your resources. This overload is why we value territorial comfort. Your home or your private downtime acts as a sanctuary. It is the one space where you are allowed to take the social mask completely off. When your phone rings, it's as if an uninvited house guest has walked through your front door. They've breached your sanctuary and are demanding immediate social hospitality. Texting respects the sanctuary. It allows your nervous system to stay in a state of downshifting, a gear where you aren't forced to discharge emotional energy just to manage someone else's state. A live call forces you to do the opposite. You have to match the caller's energy, provide emotional reassurance, and perform politeness on their schedule. Small talk on a phone call levies an emotional labor tax on the exact mental space your brain requires for unregulated rest. The next time your phone rings and your chest tightens, know that your brain isn't broken. It is functioning as a bouncer, protecting your limited mental bandwidth. Avoiding these calls is a rational adaptation. We live in a world that demands round-the-clock digital connectivity, and your nervous system is simply pushing back. Choosing to text instead of call is a healthy assertion of a psychological boundary. Hitting decline preserves your energy and upholds a basic respect for your own internal peace.